Okay. Okay, thank you for all coming. And look, this is a great day for the country. And from the beginning, we said we had to pass this legislation. We made a promise to the American people that we were going to deliver the real relief they needed, and now we have fulfilled that promise. Now, nobody said passing one of the largest, perhaps the most significant bill to help the poor and working people in decades was going to be easy, particularly with 50 votes. But it is done. And I said from the beginning, we were going to power through. We're not going to let anything stop us until we got the job done. And by God, we did. And here we are. So I want to say one thing. I am so proud of my caucus. I love each one of them. They are just so great. And what unites our caucus? Everyone knows, especially with 50 votes, we all have to pull together. Everyone knows. You know, I have a leadership team that meets on Monday nights, and it has Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and Joe Manchin and Mark Warner and people in between. And that's because we have to talk to each other and realize we need each other and be united as a team. And that is the secret to the success here. The caucus unifying, every person realizing that we needed every other person to have this victory. Sure, it would be nice if the Republicans would join us, but they didn't. I thought it was a little bit hypocritical of Mitch McConnell to say, oh, we did it bipartisan. Yeah, when Trump was president, Democrats in the minority didn't block things. We worked to get something done. Now that we're in the majority, they don't seem to want to work with us. But we're going to get it done anyway. We prefer them to work with us. We want them to work with us. Maybe they'll change their minds after this. But we're going to get it done regardless because America needs it, and that's what we did. So we didn't stop. We didn't let anything get in our way. And I was confident from the get-go. I just told that to the president. He called me. And I said, I knew we'd get this done, and I so appreciate being under Joe Biden's leadership. He put together a great plan. It was just right. Strong and deep, but also very popular, so we had the strength to get it done, even if we had to do it with just our own 50 votes. So I think this is a very fine day. And one of the things that I feel proudest of is we told the American people in the election campaign and even in the Georgia campaign that Democrats would actually get government to help them, whether it's with checks or vaccines or opening the schools. And now we're showing we're keeping our promise. And I think that's going to change America to a decent extent. I think people will have much more faith in government doing things and much more faith that we can get them done. And so I feel very, very good about that. I feel good about the long range here. I feel good about moving on to new victories. So I think that's all I'm going to say, and I'll answer your questions.
Thanks, sir. So you said that you spoke to President Biden. Have you spoken to Speaker Pelosi in the last 24 hours or so about the amendments that you all passed?
Our staffs have been in touch, and she knows all about them, and she wants to pass this bill.
Senator Schumer, what happened yesterday morning, and why did you not sort out your differences with Joe Manchin ahead of time, and then instead you left open one vote for more than almost 12 hours?
People have new differences all the time, but you know what's the overwhelming point here? That everyone in our caucus realizes we have to pull together and get it done, and we're a team. And sometimes it takes some discussion, and sometimes it takes some work, but we don't let our differences stop us from achieving success.
But why shouldn't that have been resolved on the front end?
People make different decisions. People come up with different ideas at different times. And we still have to take everyone into account and pull together as a team, and that's what we did. And no one's going to pay attention to the fact, I don't know, no one. That 8 hours is meaningless compared to the relief the American people are going to get. And if it helped us get to that, great. Unity, unity, unity. That's how we got this done.
Do you expect the House to pass what the Senate just passed as is, including amendments that may not be as palatable to progressive
Well, look,
members?
I spoke to a number of people in the House over the last few days, including the Speaker, and they know that they feel like we do. We have to get this done. It's not going to be everything everyone wants. No bill is, especially a massive, comprehensive bill like this. But the beauty here, within our caucus, and I think between Democrats in the House and Senate, is that we all realize we got to pull together to accomplish something. That's far more important than our differences. That's true of my caucus, and that's true of the House and Senate Democrats.
So you think the president will be signing it before the March 14th
Yes,
expiration?
I definitely do. I have no doubt about that, none. And that's what we said. Everything we said we do. We said we'd put together a strong, bold bill. We said we'd put together things that do the things the American people wanted. We said no matter what happened, we would not stop and power through and get it done. And by God, we did. What could be bad? What is bad? Nothing. Yes.
Leader Schumer, you said a couple times that this would push Americans over the finish line of
Yes.
the pandemic. Do you expect that this is going to be the last COVID relief bill
Let's
that's
hope.
needed?
Look, it's a very strong bill. Part of it will depend on COVID. How long will it last? Will there be a new strain? Part of it will depend on the economy has some underlying weaknesses that need bolstering. How deep and weak are those? Our number one lodestar is going to be helping the American people, and if they need more help, we'll do another bill. If this bill is sufficient, and I think it's going to help in a big way, then we won't do another bill.
Do you have any concern that this could be a parallel to 2010 when Democrats pushed forward the stimulus, mostly on Democratic votes in the Senate, straight party line in
Not
the
at
House,
all.
and then you guys
Not
lost
even
the House?
close.
that
This is
midterms?
so, 75% of the American people want this. 55% of the Republicans want it. That's the bottom line. And, you know, we'll have a job in the next few weeks. Joe Biden, our caucus, the House, letting the American people know all the important parts of this bill. But this is what they asked for. Plain and simple. Last one.
But do you believe that perhaps this could make bipartisanship more difficult if Republicans?
I hope
feel
it will
so?
be more, and I hope it will make bipartisanship more likely. When Republicans see, when we say we want to do it with you, but if we can't do it with you, we'll do it without you. Now they know they know we mean it, and they know we're capable of doing it. So now maybe they'll say they'll come together. Look, again, the bottom line. When Trump was president, Democrats didn't sit there, fold their hands, and say no. Now Biden's president. We hope they won't continue to do the same thing. Okay? Anything else I'm leaving out? Okay. Thanks, everybody.
What are your priorities starting next week?
Well, look, you know, I said at the beginning we could do all three things at once. An impeachment trial, that's done. But next week, as I just put on the calendar, Merrick Garland, Marcia Fudge, and the EPA nominee. And then later in the week, we'll do Haaland and another nominee. So next week, we're focusing on nominees. And at the very beginning, we've only been around, you know, we've only had the new Congress and the new president for a little more than a month. We passed one of the most important pieces of legislation in decades. We've done an impeachment trial, which I think showed the American people what Trump was really like. And we're filling up his cabinet. We're getting a lot done. I'm proud of my caucus. I truly love my caucus, every one of them.
Including Joe Manchin?
Yes, absolutely. Everyone. I love Bernie. We love, you know, you have to look at people for look for the good in people. And if we couldn't all come together, we wouldn't get this done. Any one of us could have not had it done. Okay? So I have nothing bad to say in answer to your question about any single member of my caucus. How could you when you got 50 votes? And by the way, all those tough amendments, they tried to put all those logs in our path. On every single important vote, every Democrat voted to block those amendments. They tried to trick us and everything else. That's an amazing testament to this caucus. Every single vote, you saw the votes they put forward. Not once did anyone dissent on any important vote. And the few dissents, they came to us, and it was okay because it wasn't a killer amendment, or we didn't need their vote. It's
Did
great.
you ever try to make a serious effort to get Murkowski or any of the Republicans?
Okay, thank you. We hope the Republicans will start joining us. I have a very good relationship with Lisa Murkowski. We hope they will start joining us for the good of the country.
Leader Schumer, next week, do you expect immigration, infrastructure, either of those to get started on?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.